chance on the lesson. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a live, but I still reinvest it. Feel how I feel, then you feel it's a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Fingers to the down, hold it down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Today we need to talk about crypto. So I got some very good things that I want to highlight, and really I did sell out of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, I only touched my YouTube account. We're going to talk about that, but I do not want this video to be misconstrued as me not believing in Bitcoin. So do I still own Bitcoin and Ethereum? Yes, I do. I own a substantial amount still. However, I did liquidate about $400,000. So if you guys remember, we've been talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum since like 2015, 2016 on this channel. And then we had this YouTube account. Even some of you guys got into Bitcoin again in the post-pandemic or pandemic 2020. We bought a couple of Bitcoins for like 10,000. And then beginning of last year, we got a lot of the Ethereum and Bitcoin even before the Elon announcement. That was very, very exciting. But I did decide to liquidate that account. Now, I did give you full warning, and here's the reason why. And this is what's so crazy about it to me, because I think it makes it a good story, and you guys get to really see how strategy or a certain strategy I've told you about, you see how it plays out. And the reason was I bought a house. That's it. It's simple as that. If you remember this video, the account was up at about 550,000, and the highest I hit on this account was 630,000, I believe, and I walked away with 400,000. And again, the initial investment on it was below $100,000 for all of it. So it was good, bad. You know, again, I wish I took it. If you actually saw the video, you know, I was talking about it. I said I wanted to leave at least like 200 grand of Ethereum, but essentially by the time I had the deal ready, the market started going crazy. And even then, I'm telling you that I sold. Did I sell this morning when Bitcoin went crazy? No. Did I sell yesterday on Friday? No. I actually finished the last sale the day before that, but we started around Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But you can see from this text message here, this was my plan. You know, I'm here talking with lending tips, and pretty much I was waiting for the final cost to close for the property. We were already in escrow, and I said, boom, once the deal is like fully secured, no going back, that will be my signal to sell. So this is the main point I want to highlight, and we'll get to the accounts and I'll show you what's going on with it. But this is the one thing I've always said. I mean, not only just buy real estate, buy real estate, buy real estate, but if you did want to sell crypto, if you wanted to sell your long-term anything, the best thing to do is have another investment ready to go. You know, I didn't want to just sell it off. Like I'm saying, I could have sold off the 400 grand about what, 30, 40 days ago. Could have kept some of the Ethereum and all of that, but I didn't have this deal lined up. Again, the real estate market was crazy. And essentially now, why did I go about this? And this is something I want to highlight, and I hope you're following with me, because I'm just going to take all the profits from this house. I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to buy back in. So this may end up working in my advantage here if the price does go lower. But again, I just hope people realize, you know, I don't see this as a sell signal. Again, we'll talk about crypto and what's been happening lately. You know, why is it getting clapped alongside with growth and all that? Has to do with the Fed, interest rates, cheap money. And it really does make a lot of sense. What doesn't make a lot of sense is that nothing has really changed in the last 20 or 30 days. Essentially, you know, the market started freaking out with the minutes and then like JP Morgan and rate hikes and all that. But theoretically, nothing has changed. So I do expect a lot of volatility. But like I'm saying, I had a deal lined up and I had to go and take it. And this is what I said in the video back then, and this deal highlights it. Honestly, I'm gonna show you clips of the video. Like I'm saying, if I got a real estate deal, and this is what I'm trying to show you, it's like if someone came to me with a good real estate deal, it's an at market price or below it, and I could get it, I'd be willing to sell almost anything for it, but I would start selling off everything. It's like, it's so crazy to watch what has happened. Again, crypto's even down like 20-30% in the last 2 days alone, pretty much from the last time I sold. If I didn't sell when I did, I would have walked away with at least 100,000, 150,000 less probably. But the whole point I'm trying to highlight with it is that the deal that we got, it gives me way better leverage than any Bitcoin, and my plan is to flip it and buy back in. So essentially, like I said in that video, you know, with $500,000, let's say in that account, $400,000, if I wanted to make $1 million off of that account, it would have pretty much, Bitcoin would have had to go up to like $80,000. Ethereum would have had to go to like $7,000 or something like that. So it would have taken a lot. That would have been a lot of market cap, a lot of everything. But now if you're able to pull the money and take it to real estate, you could get pretty much 1 to 5 leverage. And that's what I did. Pretty much my $400,000 got me a $3.5 million home. And now the plan is I should have at least $1 million of equity. I got to do a little bit of work on it, but that's my plan, is to pretty much flip that house, get the $1 million out of it, and then I could go buy back all the crypto, and then we get to keep a little bit of cash. So that's something we talked about in the video. This is what happened with all of it, but I did sell it out. So do I think that you should sell out of Bitcoin or Ethereum? That is totally up to you, but I mean, not a recommendation. I would sell if I had a house ready to go. Again, the whole idea is if I could, I'm gonna take real estate over anything right now in this market, and then we love the long term as well. But if I didn't have a deal lined up, I mean, you saw me hold this account for quite some time. I didn't really care about the fluctuations. Even to this day, it would have sucked if I waited a little bit longer. It would have been better if I was able to sell it earlier, but I didn't care because I didn't have anything to buy. And then in this deal, you know, I wanted to highlight this. I wanted to show you guys, because again, this is the YouTube account. You know, this is the account we've built up since the beginning of YouTube when we've been buying any crypto. You've seen this one. You've seen the Coinbase Pro as well. And now I still own Ethereum Classic. I still own Stellar. I got a little bit of Compound. I did get rid of all of the Cardano because I got that as a gift, and it was up a lot from that. I know my friend bought it for literally pennies. So I had a lot of money in there. It was worth a lot more again, but I still own crypto, and then I do have offline crypto that I've been holding since 2015 as well too. So I still believe in it, but this is for YouTube. I mean, I really just wanted to highlight this example when I started saying, hey, buy a property again, if you remember that video. So the fact was, you guys saw us build up this account. You're seeing the next step with it, and I want to move it into real estate, and that is the real plan with it. So let's see the damage, baby. This is the YouTube crypto account. So again, it's going back to 2015, 2016. The first $1,000 that turned into almost $50,000. Never really touched it, and then you'll see here went from 20,000 down to like a couple $100. This was actually an Indiana property back then. I used that small down payment. I said, all right, crypto was already being weird with everything, and then the long term, but then every single time, this is usually my plan. And even on this one, I sold out of my Bitcoin Cash. If you guys are really early Bitcoin people, pretty much all of my Bitcoin got doubled. I had it in different accounts and all of that, and they pretty much gave you a dividend. And I used this for a house in 2018, and then again 2019 again, and then this is where we put that 15 or 20K, really that couple $100. You see what happened? It actually ended up turning back into like $6,000 as it was going on throughout the years in 2020, and then we made that purchase, and then that $18,000 or $15,000 went all the way up to $60,000, and then we got a little bit more Ethereum right before the Elon stuff, and then you can see we're at 184, then it dropped back down to 100, and then it started going up, and now this big jump. I got that Cardano gift from my friend, but also this was the other account. So remember, I said like around here I moved a lot of things around. You guys were on stream. Remember, I found a bunch of crypto accounts. So I found a bunch of crypto laying in old accounts that I made from back in the day. I consolidated everything into this one for the YouTube, and then you see the high there at 635, and then yeah, it's crazy. Look at this. See, man, it was nuts. It was very, very nuts. But this is something I want to highlight with this strategy. I'll show you guys where I sold and how we played it out. I mean, there's a couple cool things to learn from this, but I mean, the most difficult part out of all of this, I don't know if you guys remember on stream, even when it was out here like November, December, I was getting in and out of escrow on a bunch of houses. I would keep losing deals, and this is what made this last week so challenging with it, because I was waiting until I had the deal finalized, but I wanted to get some a little bit earlier. Remember, I wish I could have held, if I wanted 400 cash, hold 200,000 for free. That would have been the best ideal, but I had to stick to my rules. Right when I had the deal ready to go, I pretty much didn't even care what price it was at. I said, okay, it's time to move. And then you could see starting from like the 19th, that is when we had the whole process, and pretty much by the 20th, I would say it was like end of the day, that's when I was able to fully get out. So you could see here saying 3 days ago, I sold out the Bitcoin first at 41 31,720. And then we come here to Ethereum, and I was able to get 3,100. And then a couple days prior, I got like 3,000 for it or something like that. Or I guess like 3,108. I got like $50 more day after day. So I tried to wait a couple days. There was some limits. And then this is something to notice too. I was able to get all of this liquidity almost instantly. And that's what surprised me the most. The one thing that sucked, if I did decide to sell out through here with that amount, I would have spent about $7,000 in fees. So by switching it to Coinbase Pro, I've told you guys about this. I ended up spending about like $1,000 or $2,000 in fees for all the 400 grand that I sold. So no fees to withdraw or anything like that. It ended up working, but this is what it looks like. I'm still holding a lot of the other stuff. Again, here are some of the other random tokens that I had in there, and even this portfolio, again, still have the seller in Ethereum totally clapped. I mean, this is down to 24,000. This portfolio hit as much as like 100,000, but I think the initial investment in this one is about 60 grand. So you're seeing this one got clapped. I'm still holding these. Again, I've liked all of these, but the point was I just wanted to get the main stuff for what I needed with the house. And actually, you guys may be asking questions. You're like, why didn't you just buy the house cash? Even then, this $400,000 that I got from crypto, it was not enough to fully cover the amount that I needed. So I just wanted to do this because this was the plan, and this is what we've been talking about for a very, very long time. So I know I like holding stuff, but when it comes to real estate, I love it even more. But that's where it's like, you wait till you get the deal. If you secure the deal, I mean, there's no shame in it at all. So I'm pretty happy with what happened. We'll see what happens in the future, but just get ready, because once I'm done with that flip, I mean, you guys are going to see how we go about buying back and rebuilding this thing up. So I hope you're ready, and please do not panic. Again, especially if you made it this far. I've been seeing a lot of people selling out and people getting worried. Like I said, nothing has changed. I mean, quite frankly, the timing of this makes it sound so much more dramatic, but I was going to do this thing anyways as long as I had the property deal. So either find a property if you want to sell out. Otherwise, if you're holding, I mean, again, this is part of these growth assets. I still believe in Bitcoin and Ethereum for the long term as well, too. So don't even trip on it, baby. And I hope you're ready. But I hope this helped. If you guys have any questions, I'm sure I'm gonna be there and be like, yo, you weak hands, beep, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I love you though. God bless you guys. And again, this is just the beginning to the year, and we have a lot of many years ahead of us. I don't know if you guys were on stream. The Bloomberg chart went away, but go look at a stock chart from 1970 to 1980 and following afterwards, and hopefully you realize there is the power in the long term, and that is what all of these moves are focusing on, baby. So I hope you're ready, and have a nice weekend. Goodbye.